Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Infinite Soul Medicine with Angelica. I am Angelica, and whether you are new or returning, it is an honor to have you here. So, today we are doing a reading, and before I get into the reading, I just want to preface it by saying, this is all for really just to bring you back to yourself, your clarity, your energy, a version of you bringing you back into your own power. That is always the intention with my readings, okay? Bringing you back to yourself, your own confirmation, the things that you already knew that you knew, but you needed someone like me just to give you that little extra bit of confirmation. So here we are. Welcome, my friend. It is up to you to discern and decipher what is for you. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into the reading, shall we? You are in a new space, a new cycle, let's say, of, here's the buzzword, manifestation. And I don't like to use manifestation as necessarily a buzzword, but that is the word that's coming through. It's not just manifestation, it's about how you create in this world and how you bring spiritual energy into form. Okay, this is literally you bringing it into form. So this, we're talking about bring it into form, right? This is masculine energy. Okay, the feminine is the inspiration, right? Receiving the idea. The masculine principle takes action on that idea in order to bring it into form. So whoever I'm talking to, my friend, you are in a cycle, in a new phase of remembering, right? It's all remembering. We're not really learning here. A lot of us are just really remembering how to co-create with the universe, with God, with source, with that, whatever you want to call that, that universal intelligence. You're learning how to co-create with the divine and bringing it into form, bringing heaven to earth, right? Creating the life of your dreams. This isn't just about manifesting, right? It's about taking the grounded action steps every day in order to ensure that your manifestation is actually inevitable. Okay, it's very grounded, practical work. It's not really woo-woo at all. However, the woo in all of it is might be the idea, the download, the inspiration that's like, oh my God, I love this idea. I don't even know how it's going to pan out. That's the feminine principle, right? The masculine principle, which is what we're talking about, is the grounded, practical, everyday, in and out, right? Chop wood, carry water type of energy. We're doing the same thing in and out every day, or at least routines, rituals. Yeah. In order to build the resonance, build the when you take action every day, there is a resonance that builds. There is a momentum that builds. Doing the same thing in and out, right? Just like if I worked out every day, you would see over time the results of that. Okay, so this is real, true, results based manifesting. Okay, this isn't just like the woo part of it that can be really disconnected and ungrounded from reality. So, we're talking about your masculine energy, okay? Your masculine energy. There is some things to work out with your masculine energy, okay? It's funny because the way I'm reading this, the right foot is on the ground, the left foot is up, right, left. The left side is representative of the feminine principle. Yeah. And This seems to be up and receiving, while the masculine, the right side, the masculine side is down and grounding it. Okay. There's a lot of spirit. There's a lot of spirits that are around you right now. Um, just in general. Okay. So be mindful, right, of what you're working with, and always have your intentions be what you want them to be, pure, and connecting with the most pure and divine wisdom, trust, love, source. Okay. But there's something going on with your masculine energy, my friend. Okay. Now you are in a time of great change. Okay. Lots of change, right? You may be even finding that your clothes are changing. There might be a glow up. It's just this even changing of clothes, this a changing of a personality, the identity. There's a change here. With that, with this whole shift, with this whole change, it's also bringing up some things for your masculine energy, right? We all have masculine and feminine, but your masculine energy specifically is needing to clear some stuff out. So you're in a cycle of, you're going to be more masculine energy dominant, which means, in the context that I mean it in, what I mean by that is you're going to be taking a lot of action. Okay. Doing the thing. Like for me, I'm filming a lot of videos, editing, doing the thing. I'm doing a lot of action in order to build my channel. Okay. So you're taking a lot of action right now. You're going to be taking a lot of action. That's part of the cycle that you're in. It's also helping you to become clear in how your masculine energy manifests and brings things into form. His, which is also your rhythm of doing that, right? Everybody has a rhythm and everybody's different. So, what is your rhythm? What is your timing? What is your cadence? Okay. How do you manifest? But even more than how do you manifest, it's more like how does your masculine energy work? And what distortions does your masculine energy need to work through, release, shift, navigate out of, away from? Because there are certain toxic dynamics in your masculine energy, in the masculine energy, right, that need to be released. Okay, we're talking about drama, arguments, and we're talking about like incompatible energies, drama, right? Or toxic energy that the masculine is your masculine energy has learned. There's patterns, there's threads, of a toxic variety that, in the playing out of those dynamics, before now, it has manifested in shortcomings, in the other shoe dropping, in the manifestation like being really amazing, and then all of a sudden it all falls to shit. There's some kind of like almost collapsing, I want to say, of how you might have manifested before. And how you might have manifested before, there may have been a lot of calamities, a lot of, like, I get shortcomings of some kind, just some kind of like drama, some kind of, yeah, some kind of something within your masculine energy had been disconnected, or that is disconnected from, and now is reconnecting and relearning or remembering how to manifest harmoniously and in harmony with the divine feminine, not against her, not in domination or force or coercion or control of her, but of allowing her to be the leader, allowing her to be the muse, the channel of the inspiration, and the masculine energy taking divine inspired action, because he's like, well, whatever you wish is my command. Okay. This is all working out. So everybody's going to be different here. You're going to work it out in your own way. I'm hearing for some of you different type of healing modalities. I'm hearing breath work, sound baths, different kind of sounds, sound exploration to help bring up these dissonant energies from the body, because the body always keeps score. And what I'm hearing is you'd be surprised at what will lift from you or be removed from your field. But I'm hearing for a lot of you sound meditations, sound exploration, sound almost like exploring consciousness and different levels of consciousness or different forms of consciousness through sound. Okay. One of the people that I listen to is coming through, and that's Tom Kenyon. But whatever floats your boat, or whoever is you're most resonant with, but there's something about sound exploration. Now, with this masculine energy, it's very chaotic. Okay. It's like the masculine, it's like it's a very immature masculine energy that has not been initiated properly. And when masculine and feminine energies are initiated properly, and what I mean by properly is we have proper understanding. We're not in distortion. We're not wondering why. We have maybe elders or the wisdom coming from elders, or just wherever, maybe it's just present for us, that wisdom of this is an initiation for my highest good. And the corresponding presence, right? When you have like an elder, say you had an elder, you're a divine feminine, and you're going through your period for the first time, you have an elder, right? An elder to help you through that, to help you understand what's happening, not just physiologically and physically with your body, but spiritually, how it opens you up, how it's an initiation, how it's an opportunity to get to know yourself. It's part of your own cycle, right? Your own personal cycles. And an elder would help you, or even an elder mentor would help you with rituals, or not just rituals, but practices, daily practices to help you integrate the wisdom of your period, of your cycle, how to work with your cycle so that you can release what doesn't serve you and become renewed every month, consciously, intentionally, deliberately. Okay. The same thing with men, and just not just men here, but that masculine energy has not been properly initiated in eons. It's been few and far between, and I'm going to say mostly in indigenous cultures, that a masculine and feminine would be properly initiated. Okay, we see this all over in indigenous cultures where they initiate the men into rites of passage. Okay, when masculine energy is not properly initiated, it becomes chaos. And then in that space, it cannot hold a feminine. It cannot hold power without corrupting or distorting it, and it cannot for sure hold feminine energy, because the feminine energy she has so many facets. She has dark feminine and light feminine, right? She has all of the spectrum within her. That masculine energy needs to be able to hold that without creating more fucking chaos. Okay? So when a masculine energy is in that chaotic energy, all he does when he encounters a divine feminine frequency, he just he adds to the storm. He adds to the chaos, especially if she's already maybe imbalanced in that aspect of hers. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying this, but there's things here that some of you need to hear. Okay, with this chaos, with this chaotic energy, we have this. Okay, this energy fell out. This card actually fell out 2 times, and I finally took it on the second or third time it fell out, because it was like, okay, I get it. There is, for everybody, this is going to be a little different. There seems to be a interference with the masculine principle in your lineage, in your bloodline, in your family. So I don't know if there was somewhere in your lineage quite a few generations ago where that masculine maybe pissed off the wrong witch, maybe got involved somehow with those who didn't have their best interest at heart and got mixed up, you know, again, chaos with toxic and chaos, and dealing with a divine feminine or a feminine energy, maybe in her dark feminine, can create a lot of chaos, a lot of toxicity. There's just something here about a masculine in your lineage that maybe pissed off the wrong person, pissed off the wrong witch, pissed off the wrong psychic, pissed off the wrong mystic, but pissed off the wrong female. And then there was some juju that came from that female towards the men in your lineage. Okay. This, oh, interesting. I'm picking up that, and this is not going to be for everybody, but I'm picking up that curse actually manifests. If you look at the men in your family, you'll be able to see a unique pattern. Okay, so it's not like something that would be more normal for your family. Okay, so if your family in your lineage has no kind of alcoholism in your lineage, but all of a sudden you see like a line of just men who are alcoholics, something like that. It's something that's just out of the ordinary, but would also be, may miss, you may miss it if you're not fully present and saying, oh, that's just out of sync. It's almost like this slight just offness. Okay, but there seems to be some kind of negative energies. Okay, that negative energies, negative forces, interference, things of that nature that are in the lineage, in that masculine. Oh, okay, that's why it's coming through. I'm like, why is this coming through? Why it's relevant is that your masculine energy, because of the energetic environments you've been in, because of how we learn things through, just, I want to say osmosis, and we absorb the dynamics and the different patterns we play out with people. We might have absorbed some of that energy, especially if you're empathic, I'm hearing, or if you're sensitive in any kind of manner, or if you're a cycle breaker. Because if you're a curse breaker, a cycle breaker, anything of that, you're going to typically, not always, typically you're going to take on all of those patterns so that you can clear them out. You can alchemize them. Okay? Because if you're a cycle breaker, you're there to break all those cycles for the lineage, right? So you might take those on. But in any case, whether you're male or female or however you identify, my friend, there is a not so great energy. Okay? I'm also hearing though, and I also got to tell you, like, this isn't to give your power away, to be like, oh my God, well, what do? I am powerless. No, my friends, no. You are perfectly capable of magnetizing all of the resources, all of, whether that's finances, right? Resources, finances, people, modalities, right? Whatever it is that you need to clear this out. Okay, you're capable of magnetizing whatever you need, whatever resource it is that you need to clear this, to clear it. And whether that's your own God-given like decision and choice to be like, no, we're going to clear this, we're going to neutralize it. And so it is, my friend. And so it is. Nothing is above you. You are not powerless to anything. Okay. Um, just as a real quick story, I had I had someone. It was a really interesting kind of sticky situation. Um, my friend, you probably seen him in my recent vlog. My friend. Now we have been everything together. We've been girlfriend, boyfriend, friends, lovers, enemies. We've been everything. Okay, and we've had an interesting back and forth throughout our lives. However, when and we've had times where we had like years apart. Well, this last time in 2015 when I came back, there was a person in his life, a feminine in his life, that had that had learned about me, didn't like me, and I don't remember when it was, but she decided to take it upon herself to curse me through her love of my friend, of my best friend, right? My previous boyfriend, my friend, my best friend, my ex-lover, all these, right? She decided to do that. She's like, I don't know, and I kind of befriended her for a little bit, and she was talking to me about that. She was like, I don't know how to lift it off. I can't take it off. I'm like, I remember I didn't say this out loud, but I'm like, bitch, watch me. You like if somebody thinks that, you know, first off, if you think you're so powerful to if you think you're so powerful as to put a curse on someone, that's a no-no. Okay? And especially don't put curses on people who are divinely protected. That's going to backfire real quick. Number two is, if you think you're so big and bad to put a curse on someone, you probably and then you like find yourself in a way of like, I don't know how to take it off. You probably shouldn't be fucking with magic that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? And that's just, honestly, I think that's just common sense and good advice. Don't fuck with things that you don't know what you're doing with. You don't, it's kind of like a Ouija board. Don't fuck with something that you don't know the mechanics of it, and you don't know the possible um, uh, effects, the possible outcomes of it, right? You don't know. Don't fuck with things you don't know. Um, you don't know about, or at least at the very least have some humility to learn about it and use caution, right? And here's the thing, I got rid of that. I got rid of that stuff because it's just my own, it's part of my own nature to be to it's kind of, honestly, it's part of my own stubborn nature to be like, if someone says, "Oh, I put a curse on you and I don't know how to take it off," bitch, watch me. Because what she ended up doing, it kind of entangled all of our energies. And what I did was I null and voided all of that shit. I took all of it away. Um, yeah, I was like, no, you're not gonna, at least the effects that it had on me. Now I can't go in and take everybody's stuff off of everybody because I could incur karma, because they have to do that for themselves, and also divine will. You can't fuck with someone's will, their free will. So I said, no, I don't think so. I'm going to alchemize. We're going to fucking take that shit off. And I did. Okay. So nothing is ever above you. Don't ever think that you're hopeless to someone or to a situation, because you always have the power and the capability to manifest what you need, even if it's a resource, even if it's a healer that knows exactly about the conditions and the circumstances you're in, and they know how to get you out of it, or they know how to heal you from it, right? They know how to remove you from those cycles or from those energies. They know how to remove those energies from you. Okay? You're never powerless. Let's do this instead. It's time to pack your bags. So with this, my friend, I forgot. So this is every journey starts with a single step. This is a new journey into learning how your masculine energy works and how it works best, how it synchronizes, harmonizes, how it takes action, how it is inspired to take action, how it manifests, how it grounds, when it needs rest, when it needs more stimulation, or when it feels a little bit more stagnant. It's just like all of these different aspects of your masculine energy. You are refining, curating. You're kind of in this whole phase and cycle, or this window of I'm going to manifest. So manifestation, high, high, high. You're going to start manifesting soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're manifesting a vacation, a move, a relocation, etc. Okay, this is for who I'm talking to is you, someone who is very heart-centered, okay, and wants the best out of life for everybody, including yourself. With that journey, like with that new journey, right, there's also these endings. The endings are of this energy, the toxic energy, the chaotic energy. We're actually refining through this process the masculine energy to come into, sit in his sacred power as the sacred masculine, right? Divine counterpart to the divine feminine. Can this look like actually manifested people? Yes, but not for everybody. Okay. I always read the energy, and however it manifests for you is how it manifests for you. Okay. And then I also, I drew another what's the vibe card for this. And I was like, what's the vibe here? Archangel Michael, honey. Archangel Michael said, no, this this new journey and the ending of this, all this toxic energy, this is protected because Archangel Michael is coming in to help cut all these energies out, right? This energy out too. So protection, prevented from harm, and divine intervention. So divine intervention, my friend, you are being divinely protected, guided, and you're also being redirected through divine intervention wherever you need to go. Because this is a shock of the new. This is like a new program, a new template, a new blueprint you're learning how to be in. Okay? The old you is gone. Yeah? The new you, wow, look what's underneath that. The new you is receiving because the masculine is finally learned and is taking action based off joy, passion, alignment, like true motivation, not just like, oh, I need to be productive, I need to do things. This scattered masculine energy that has everything to prove, but no direction, and is not listening to his divine feminine. What's underneath that is, one second, faith in the process. Okay? Faith in the process. This is you coming together in divine union with yourself. You know, I love me some twin flame readings. You know why? Because I relate to the feminine and the masculine as my own feminine and masculine. I don't relate to them as people outside of me. I relate to them as energies within me that are in whatever kind of learning process or figuring out how to weave and co-create and synergize harmoniously. Okay. So there is a big change. Okay. You're going to look completely different, completely new, be seen in a completely different way. Okay. And this, wow, interesting. What she's receiving, it feels like medicine. It feels like medicine. It also feels like that which you have been calling in, manifesting for not just years, friend, decades, like your whole life. This is finally clicking in. Okay? This is finally clicking in. And that is beautiful. That, I love that for you. Okay? We all need to be receiving, because in that receiving, in that replenishment, it just does something, right? To your soul. It's just like, oh, it's so soothing. And I love that for you. I love that for you. So, my friend, what you're doing is allowing your masculine to be refined in through this process so that he can take the action given to him by your own internal divine feminine, so that you can manifest your dreams. You can literally bring all of those divine ideas into form so that you can be supported with all of the infinite resources, right? You can be infinitely resourced and supported because your masculine, well, the masculine in general has had a lot of handicaps. And I mean handicapped in a way that like you would have it in golf, like for whatever reason it's coming through like that. You would have a, what do you call it? Like when you have a is it handicap? Is that what it's called? Whatever, for whatever reason. Okay, this isn't meant to be demeaning in any way by saying that word, you know. But at the same time, I don't give words certain word like let's be. I like to be pretty commonsensical about words, like and just understanding the context in which somebody is saying it in. Anyways, the context in which I'm saying handicap means like almost that you needed help. Like before, you needed this almost like crutch to manifest. And now your masculine is learning how to stand on his own 2 feet and do the bidding of your divine feminine. Okay. And I mean that in the highest expression and the most elevated expression, to not just do her bidding, but like to take action, inspired action on that that $1 million idea, that just inspiration that won't go away. Okay? That idea, my friend, is $1 million idea. And it's your masculine is like he's finally ready to take action, to do the things, and to learn. Your masculine is actually open enough to learn. Okay? I feel like that's part of the new. That's part of the new that's coming in. Archangel Michael got your back. Okay? The endings, the beginnings, it's all the things that are completing because it's time for you to actually start receiving. Okay? These old wounds, this old storyline, this old energy, it's going to cease to exist, my friend. And you're going to be like, in years from now, like a year or 2 years from now, you're going to be like, wow, I can't even, like, you're almost going to feel like you don't even know, you don't remember how it was before. Like before you couldn't really receive, before you couldn't really manifest. You're going to be blown out the freaking water. Okay? Everybody's different, so it's going to be different for everybody, but it's big change. Big change. And this energy is going bye-bye. This energy is being resolved. Because there's a lot of, you know what I get from this? You know what I get from this? I get jealousy, I get envy, and I get hate. Simply because you may be reflecting to others what they have not yet fully embodied or activated within themselves. So I'm feeling the jealousy, the envy, just like, oh, I hate you. Almost like I hate her. But like they don't have a real reason to really hate you. It's just what you remind them of unconsciously that they have not yet embodied within themselves fully. And they need to go through their own journey in order to like collect that piece for them. So that's not on you, but that energy, that's what that feels like. Okay. And guess who? He's not having that. Archangel Michael ain't having that. I work with him very, very closely. He's a very, very good friend of mine. And when Archangel Michael comes in, these are warrior angels. Don't fuck with a warrior angel. They not only do they look menacing, they can back that shit up. Okay? Don't fuck with Archangel Michael or our archangels. This is going bye-bye. Okay? Because Archangel Michael is stepping in to help support your masculine energy in not just manifesting, my friend, because that can be such a buzzword, but creating in this realm, bringing it into form, literally creating your heaven on earth. and literally creating heaven on earth for others. Okay? This is about creating heaven on earth, bringing it into form. And for that, you need to be divinely protected, and you are. Okay? I'm going to leave it there, my friends. Let's see. If you have reached this part of the video, just comment, I am bringing it into form. Okay? Or just comment, bring it into form, to claim that energy and to receive that energy. So, my friends, I hope this brought you back to yourself, back to your power, helped you remember how fucking powerful you are. Okay? And I hope it gave you a little brightness to your day. I love you so much. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, all of the things, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, yeah, from my universe to yours, may blessings find you on your path always. Bye.